We got ourselves our first fish. It's not small, that's for sure. Let's go. It's always fun to get the skunk out of the boat. Welcome back to another episode, guys. We're out here on Lake Acworth again, you guessed it. Probably the only lake I'll be on pretty much all summer in this kayak. I don't feel safe out on the big lakes without a trolling motor and with all the big boats going by. It's just not something I'm willing to risk as being out there with dangerous summertime boaters. But we're gonna try to get on some topwater fish. The sun has just now risen. I've been fishing now for about 30 minutes already. No luck yet. Tried just a couple random spots where I saw osprey diving down to get bait fish, and also up on the bank where I saw some fish busting, but no luck yet. So hopefully we can get at least one topwater bite. If not, I'm gonna switch over pretty quickly. I think they're gonna be biting today. The bass forecast said they would be. So it's usually pretty accurate and trustworthy. So I'll do a quick screen recording and put it on the video so you guys can check that out. It's a pretty cool app. I think it's like $20 for an entire year subscription, and there is a free version as well, but you can only see like 1 to 2 days in the future. And they just upgraded it to where instead of just picking a city that you're in, you can like pinpoint the actual lake of where you want to fish, and it'll tell you what the pattern should be for bass. So I'll do a quick screen recording for you guys, and then we are going to get to fishing. Without further ado, let's get on them. So if we open up the bass forecast, it's a pretty cool app. So there's two versions. There's the free version, and then there's the premium version, I guess you would call it. But with the premium version, you can see multiple days in the future. You also get some gift cards and stuff that kind of pay for the cost of the app. So recommend just go ahead and paying for it. I think it's like $20 a year. But yeah, there's two different ways that you can set a location. You can just do it by the city, or you can actually pinpoint, like drag a cursor around and hover it over or drop it over the actual lake that you fish on. Then you can toggle between the different seasons. So there's, depending on what time of year it is, there'll be pre-spawn, post-spawn, summer, late summer, dog days of summer. It'll show you the best lures to use, and also the best areas to fish for that time of day. Or for that day that you're on. It'll tell you their mood, so you get a 1 through 10 rating. On this day that I was fishing, it was a 9 rating. You can toggle between different types of structure, so weeds, rocks, none, and that also tells you the best time of day to fish for that day. And then there's also all this weather tracking as well. It's a really cool app. I recommend it. You can download the free version and try it out. But yeah, that's the bass forecast. All right, let's try a couple spots right here. Hopefully we can get something to come up and eat the topwater. So as you guys saw on the bass forecast, they're going to be on points, humps, and flats. This whole bank line right here is a flat. I think it's a bedding and just a good ecosystem for the bass and bluegill. I caught in my last video. If you guys haven't seen that already, go back and watch it. I did a couple challenges. It was pretty fun. Did some pan fishing or bluegill fishing, crappie fishing, all up in here, and I caught I don't know, maybe 10 fish, 10 little bluegill just right in this little area. I've also caught a lot of bass in this area as well. So it tells me that the fish like to hang out here. And I think the reason for that is because of the structure that the weeds provide. And then, yeah, of course, where there's bluegill, there will be bass. And there's not too many spots on this lake that have this much greenery that they can live around and, you know, do their spawning and all of that. So probably got maybe just another week or so of a lot of fish being up here before it gets super hot and they go out deep. I think the weather's supposed to hit really hard the week of 4th of July. So it's currently June 26th, I believe. 27th, sorry. So probably be posting this about a week later. 5 to 7 days later is usually how long it takes me to have time to sit down and edit the video and chop it up. I do it over multiple days. I like to go back and watch all of the videos, all the little clips of videos that I recorded, and then I select which ones I want to use for editing, and then once I move it over, I edit that down and cut that down way more as well. So you guys see some of my videos and you're like, man, that's a 40-minute video, I don't know if I can watch that. Just know that it was probably 3 hours worth of recording that I turned into 40 minutes of a video. So if not more. I usually record for anywhere from 6 to 8 hours. The other day it was like 10 hours actually, but I take 10 hours worth of recording. I select about 3 hours out of that I want to edit with, and then I turn it into a 30 to 45 minute video for you guys. So quite a bit of editing. I woke up a little later than I wanted to this morning. So I was rushing to get out of the house and forgot my battery pack. So I'm gonna try to only record what I think is, prime time for getting a bite. So there might be a few clips where I start the video after I've already hooked into one. I'll probably fish out and around this and then down the bank, and then I might circle back with a different lure, or I might just, I don't know. If I don't get any hits within the next couple of minutes on this, I might just switch over, try everything else right here that I want to try, and then move on and try the topwater elsewhere. There ought to be a big old bass in here though that wants to come eat. Put the topwater down for just a second and try out the old drop shot. Oh, I'm getting bit already. As you guys know, one of my favorite parts about fishing is being in God's nature, and especially when there's a nice sunrise. This one doesn't have a whole lot of colors. There's a little bit of orange down the bottom, but it's still a beautiful thing to take in and get to enjoy. So just wanted to share with you guys as well. All right, I'm gonna try the top water down this grass line here. See if we can't get something to come out and eat it. And man, I would have had at least a bite on the drop shot. I think I did have one little one when I first threw it over there, but I'm thinking that the bigger hooks are what's throwing them off. I did catch one on this hook last weekend when I was out here. So they will bite it, but I'm wondering if the older, wiser ones are able to see that big hook and stay away. Or if it's just not what they want this morning. The Bass Forecast recommended a spinner bait, and last time it recommended that and I used it, I caught my PB out here, so I'll trust it and hopefully something wants to bite it. All right, we tied on a smaller hook onto our drop shot, and let's see if we can't get a bite with that smaller hook. I don't know if it was just in my head or if it really might be throwing off or deterring the bass from wanting to bite this setup that I had. I had the 2/0 hook on there. I did catch a fish on that 2/0 hook in the last video. But today I've had a few hits on my worm, but nothing actually committing to biting it. And I had a feeling that it was the hook size. Either they felt the weight of the hook when they bit it, or they could see the hook in the water and they just, swam up and swam away. But we will see. If I get a bite, I'm going to be convinced that, or if I catch a fish, I'm going to be convinced that it was the hook that was throwing them off the whole time. And I just recorded a how-to video on how to tie a drop shot, so I'll be posting that on the channel soon. I'll create a playlist that says something about how to. And I plan to do quite a few how-to videos, so if you guys have any suggestions, drop them down below. Anything that you see me do, or anything that you've seen other people do, on fishing channels, and maybe they didn't explain it, I'm more than happy to explain and share the knowledge with you guys. There's a few YouTubers that do a really good job of this, and it's how I learned a lot of my techniques and a lot of things that I use every time I go out fishing. So it's a great way to learn. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, drop them down below and I will make sure to record a video if I know how to do it. If I don't, I'll do some research and I'll record a video for you guys. I think the water's down a few inches. You can see where the water was. All the yellow at the bottom of the green. Which makes sense. We haven't had much rain for the past few days. It was raining like every single day, and not just a little bit. A couple days it was, heavy rain. I feel like I should be getting a bite back in here. Oh, getting bit. Didn't have it all the way. Let's see if I can let it rest for just a second while I readjust and cast back in there. See if we can't catch a big one on the jig by these logs. Feel like it should be possible. Although there's been about 10 or 15 kayaks that have already came over here today. Kayaks slash boats. So these fish might be too pressured this late in the day. I might just call it quits soon. Take the big old skunk in the boat home with me. All right, guys, we got ourselves our first fish, and I think it's a decent sized one. It's not small, that's for sure. Let's go. Got the skunk out of the boat, and it's just a probably 1.5 pound largemouth. But hey, like I said, it's always fun to get the skunk out of the boat. Nice, I'm gonna say 1.5 pounds. Not too fat, but it is long. Probably a good, probably 15-inch fish, 16-inch fish. Let's go, boys. Got rid of the skunk. And I was using the jig on the wood. Had the spinnerbait behind me, and I just felt like I should try the spinnerbait. Oh man, it's crazy how catching a fish can just turn your whole day around out here on the water. It's always, you know, a privilege and a joy to get out here on the lake, but man, I've said it before, catching them always makes it more fun. This looks like a drop shot type of area to me. There we go, boys. Oh man. Well, you guys saw it. He swam up as I was setting the hook, so he came flying up out of the water. That's fish catch number 2. He hit my boat, the top side of my boat, so I'm gonna count it as a catch. Oh, I should be able to put that in slow-mo. So we can, watch the acrobatic fish. And that just felt like a drop shot area to me, so I pulled it out. This over here looks too snaggy for the drop shot, so I'm gonna switch back to the spinnerbait for a second. Sorry for all the road noise. Does anyone else have the same pet peeve as me when it comes to super loud motorcycles or vehicles? Let me know down in the comments. I understand with like a loud Harley, if you're going to be out on the road a lot, that's a good way to get people's attention so that they respect you on your motorcycle a little more. But like the super loud Mustangs, there's a really loud Mustang that lives on my road, and every time he drives by my house, man, it just makes my skin crawl. I don't know what it is. It frustrates the crap out of me. Maybe that's me just getting old. But let me know down in the comments. Either one, if you are one of those people that have a super loud car, I want to know why. And number two, if it just gets on your nerves whenever you hear a super loud vehicle. Something funny is my son, every time he hears one, he goes, "Bad guy." I say, "Yeah, that is a bad guy." So I'm raising him right from an early age to not like loud vehicles. Made it off the lake just in time. As soon as I pulled in the driveway, it started raining. We had some fun on the lake today. We were out there for about 6 hours. I'm glad I didn't have to come home with a skunk in my boat. Finally caught some fish there at the end, but not as hot of a day as I was hoping it would be. Bass forecast led me astray a little bit, but there was a lot of anglers on the lake. I need to take a day off of work during the week, I think, and get out there with nobody else around. The fish on Lake Acworth get pressured a lot. All kinds of people on boats and kayaks and paddle boards, and I think the same bank that I caught a fish on got hit by like 15 or so boats before I even got to it. So I'm surprised I caught anything, but just grateful to God to be able to get out there. Thankful for you guys that stuck around till the end. I ask, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the summer, so I'm gonna call that Labor Day, beginning of September. So help me with that. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Share it with your friends and family. Tell them to do me a favor and subscribe to the YouTube channel. But all right, guys, I appreciate you hanging out till the end. As always, God is for you, and so are we. So am I. Catch you on the next one. Peace. Making it bounce. Making it bounce.